Ever wondered why some people are financially stable while others struggle, even when they earn the same salary? What's the secret they were never taught in school? Many of us have asked ourselves these questions at some point. The truth is, the secret to financial success isn't really a secret at all. It's all about understanding the rules of personal finance and applying them in our daily lives. But most of us were never taught these rules. We learned about history, science, and math in school, but when it comes to managing our money, we were left to figure it out on our own. And that's where the problem lies. Without the right knowledge and skills, it's easy to make financial mistakes that can have long-lasting consequences. That's why we're here. Today, we're going to crack that code and uncover the rules of personal finance that remain untaught in schools, but can make a world of difference to our lives. Before we get started, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on our next videos. Here's a rule that you probably didn't learn in your economics class at school. Always pay yourself first. It's all about prioritizing your future self over your present desires. You know about setting aside a portion of your income for savings and investments before you spend on anything else. Let's say you earn $1,000 a month. Instead of paying your bills, buying groceries, and then saving whatever is left, you do the opposite. You decide to save 10% of your income, which is $100, as soon as you get your paycheck. You then live on the remaining $900. And the beauty of this rule is its simplicity. You literally don't need to be a financial whiz to implement it. All you need is discipline and consistency. And the best part, you can automate it. Yes. Most banks offer automatic transfers, which means you can set up your account to automatically transfer a certain amount to your savings or investment account each month. This rule is so important because it ensures that you're building your wealth. It ensures that you're preparing for your future. It ensures that you're not just working to pay bills, but to secure your financial freedom. So, start today. Decide on a percentage of your income that you'll save each month. It doesn't have to be a lot. Even 1% is a good start. Just make it a habit. And over time, you'll see your wealth grow. Moving on, did your math teacher ever tell you about the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest? If not, that's rule number 2. Interestingly, compound interest is often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world by Albert Einstein. Yes, that's true. In his own words, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. So, what exactly is it? In simple terms, compound interest is the interest you earn on both your original money and on the interest you continually accumulate. It's interest on interest. Let's break it down with the same example. Suppose you invest $1,000 at an annual interest rate of 5%. After the first year, you'll earn $50 in interest, bringing your total to $1,050. Now, in the second year, you're not just earning interest on your initial $1,000. You're also earning interest on the $50 interest from the first year. So at the end of the second year, you'll have $1,102.50. And as time goes on, this process repeats and your money grows exponentially. The power of compound interest lies in its ability to multiply your money over time. You know, the longer you leave your money invested, the more time it has to compound, and the faster your wealth can grow. But remember that compound interest is a double-edged sword. While it can work for you when you're saving and investing, it can work against you when you're borrowing. If you have debt, especially high-interest debt like credit card debt, you're the one paying the compound interest. And just like how compound interest can rapidly grow your savings, it can also rapidly grow your debt. That's why understanding the power of compound interest is so important. It's a tool that, if used wisely, can help you build wealth. But if ignored or misunderstood, it can keep you stuck in a cycle of debt. Next up, remember when your school taught you about the importance of diversification in your investment portfolio? No? Well, let's learn about it now. Well, diversification is all about spreading your investments across a variety of assets to reduce risk. Imagine you invest all your money in a single company's stock. If that company does well, you could make a lot of money. But what if the company goes bankrupt? You could lose everything. That's the risk of not diversifying. When you diversify your investments, you spread your money across different types of investments. Some might go up while others go down. But overall, diversification can help smooth out the ups and downs, reducing the risk of a major loss. Warren Buffett once said, "Diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you are doing." Well, you can consider stocks. You know your shares in a company. When you buy a company's stock, you're buying a piece of that company. Stocks have the potential for high returns, but they also come with high risk. Or you can try bonds, which are essentially loans you make to a company or government. In return, you get regular interest payments and the return of the loan amount when the bond matures. Bonds are generally less risky than stocks, but they also have lower potential returns. Another one is real estate. This could be investing in rental properties or real estate investment trusts, REITs. Real estate can provide a steady income stream and potential appreciation, but it also comes with risks like property damage and market fluctuations. And if you want an investment that pools money from many investors, to invest in a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, or other assets. Then mutual funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs, are the way to go. They offer instant diversification but come with management fees. Moving on, schools teach us a lot about numbers and calculations, but do they teach us about the difference between good debt and bad debt? That's where our fourth rule comes in. I know debt in itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can really be a tool that allows you to make investments, buy a home, or pay for an education. This is often referred to as good debt. This is an investment that will grow in value or generate long-term income. On the other hand, bad debt is debt that drains your wealth without contributing to your financial growth. It's usually a result of buying things you don't need or can't afford, especially with high-interest credit cards, or bad debt could be that expensive designer outfit put on a credit card or a high-interest payday loan used to cover everyday expenses. The problem with bad debt is not just the money you owe, but the high interest that comes with it. It's like a hole in your boat that keeps getting bigger. The longer you take to pay off your debt, the more interest you'll pay. As Henry Wheeler Shaw puts it, debt is like any other trap, easy enough to get into, but hard enough to get out of. If you want to avoid bad debt, start by living within your means. You know, if you can't afford it, just don't buy it. It's as simple as that. Avoid the temptation of buying things on credit that you can't pay off in full at the end of the month, and always use the credit cards wisely. Always aim to pay your balance in full each month to avoid interest charges. Next up, we all know life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. Did any class in school prepare you for these unexpected financial challenges? That's where the fifth rule comes in. Plan for the unexpected. You have to be financially prepared for life's uncertainties. This rule is about having a safety net that can catch you when life throws you a curveball. But how do you plan for the unexpected? The first key strategy is to build an emergency fund. Well, it's the stash of money you set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. We know these unexpected events can be stressful, but having an emergency fund can provide a sense of security and allow you to face these challenges without going into debt. A good rule of thumb is to have enough to cover 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This might seem like a lot, but remember, the purpose of this money is to keep you afloat during tough times. So start small and build your fund over time. Even a small emergency fund can make a big difference. Another key strategy is to get insurance. It's a financial tool that helps you manage risks. By paying a relatively small premium to an insurance company, you can protect yourself against potentially devastating financial losses. There are different types of insurance that can protect you against different types of risks. Health insurance protects you against high medical costs. Auto insurance protects you against losses from car accidents. And life insurance protects your family's financial future if something were to happen to you. Keep in mind that the goal of planning for the unexpected isn't to predict every possible scenario. That would be impossible. Instead, it's about being financially prepared to weather life's storms. You know, having the peace of mind, knowing that you can handle whatever financial challenges come your way. Well, that's it for today. These are some of the personal finance rules that school never taught you. If you enjoyed the info in this video, we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on today's topic? Got any personal finance tips you'd like to share? Drop your comments below. And before you go, don't forget to check out our video on 10 assets everyone should invest in their 20s and 30s. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon. Thanks for watching.